Politieke en economische samenwerking met Oekraïne. Wat zijn de voordelen en nadelen voor Nederland en de hele Europese Unie? Ter gelegenheid van het referendum over de associatieovereenkomst laten Lieke en Richard Lamp zich informeren. In Oekraïne bezoeken zij bedrijven en spreken met overheidsvertegenwoordigers.
Ja, we zijn dus aan het rondkijken in Oekraïne. We zijn nu terechtgekomen bij een groot e-commerce bedrijf, als ik het even simpel mag zeggen. Er zijn bedrijven als Zalando, maar ook eBay en bol.com en noem maar op. Dit is, je ziet het hier achter mij duidelijk staan, ModnaKasta. Ze verkopen heel veel kleding, maar ook andere zaken, maar vooral kleding. En het aardige is dat ze een soort van discounts ook doen. Dus de kleding komt van andere eigenaren en zij verkopen dat dan heel snel. En ze hebben hier bijvoorbeeld ook Black Friday geïntroduceerd in Oekraïne. Dat bestond eigenlijk nog helemaal niet. So please, first of all, do introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Natalia. I'm PR and Communication Manager in ModnaKasta. So that's...
Yeah, and just to get acquainted with the company, what's the main idea? What's selling most? Clothing, of course, I think, but specific type, or how is the model?
Well, first of all, let me start off the name ModnaKasta.
Okay,
I will a little bit
yeah.
explain what does it mean. Modna means fashion and Kasta, it means like team of people who are thinking the same.
Okay.
So like in India, Kastas.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we used to be selling only clothing, and we started off clothing. But nowadays we are going more like multi product selling company. So we, as I told you earlier, that pets food, the kids clothing, home, dishes, everything. And as Jeff Bezos used to say that I want the logistic who will sell books and kayaks. And,
and the rest.
So that's a shop that can sell everything. And maybe expertise how to sell. Later.
For instance, like providing web shops to other companies.
Yeah,
so that's what you can do as well. And when did the company start?
2010 May.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's so we're 5-6 years. And it's growing rapidly, as I understood.
It was growing rapidly, but as I told you that 2014 we dropped our sales a little bit when the war started in the...
A little bit serious,
well... we try not
and
to
you can actually see, because you can track all data here, but you see, especially in eastern Ukraine, there's
and Ukraine was annexed. But we rapidly started to grow up, and we even...
But not actually in that part, I think?
No, that part, no. Mm-hmm. We catch the pace, and last year we grew up ours in 3 times. So
in a year time?
3 times.
300%. Sounds
300%.
Better. Yeah, that sounds better. That's marketing.
Our closest competitors never believe, even they were making jokes in Twitter. Come on, guys. You're thinking
who grows like that
you fly too high.
But when you fly too high, you have a lot of, let's say, practical problems with logistics and stuff like that. It's difficult to grow in such a way. Yeah,
because we came across the problems which has never been solved before in Ukraine, and we are like pioneers solving everything. Because people who will replicate us later, they will have expertise and everything. But the challenges that we have here is like new, and sometimes, of course, we are trying to use the best experiences all over the world. But sometimes local mentality and local, let's say, differences does make changes in decision making. So they are very, very. But we are trying to speed up our development by learning and growing ourselves within the company.
Yeah. Autonomous growth, and you're looking for this extra growth because of, for instance, introducing Black Friday here in Ukraine. Where did they came from? Yeah, from US, of course. But why starting something like that? Because you're generating a peak moment. It's difficult handling peaks, so you would love to spread it over the year, but still you did choose to do something like Black Friday.
Yeah, we're actually using every chance to give our clients as a new and wider range of services and introduce each event and make every event useful and more favorable for our clients to shop, especially to shop online. So as we also just introduced new Android application, which grew the traffic from mobile up to 40%, and we're expecting up to
that's the future, mobile.
This year.
And as I understood, on these this Black Friday, it's almost up to 15,000 transactions at the same time that could be handled, something like that.
Yep. And in the peak moments, we had 300 orders per second. Yeah, and it was our partnership company, cargo company.
They're doing the external logistics.
External logistics, yeah. And they said that if there were no you as a company in ModnaKasta, there wouldn't be a Black Friday event in Ukraine because they deliver so many orders.
Yeah, I can imagine. And now, when you look forward, because you can't grow every year for 300%, how does the years to come? How do they look like?
First of all, we are going to spread our activities throughout Ukraine because now we have only one logistics center here in Kyiv, but we are going to open up those kind of logistics centers in 1 million cities like Lviv, Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk. Also, at the end of last year, we just started to open up a service center. At the end of this year, we are going to cover every district of Kyiv with these service centers.
So the service centers are meant to pick up your stuff as a client?
Where you can pick up your stuff by yourself, return and also try on, because there are some trying rooms. Also, we are thinking...
Sounds like a regular shop almost.
We're thinking to introduce their tailor, which can make immediately tailor your trousers and this kind of small services.
Yeah, it's all searching for added value to attract people to service centers.
Exactly.
Well, it's very nice to see. And what we notice here, and I already said it to you when we were wandering around, we're allowed to film everywhere. It's really huge transparency, because you don't see it with every company, but it's what you said, it's one of the things typically to show, well, of course, in this case also Europe, but how it works, and there's, literally no secret, because I walked in everywhere and I filmed and I looked. It's really one of the basic values of the company.
Well, first of all, about the transparency of the company. First of all, those things that you were filming, they are already created by somebody, and the creators of those things, they have everything here in mind. So these are our
I didn't see anything.
Key people, the key people. Yes, and so the people who work in our company are very different. But when you come and sign contract with ModnaKasta, you also sign the ability to share values of our company. And our values are simple, is in any family: trust, discipline, self-growth, and
another one, but you got to look that up on the website. But I catch the drift of the company. It's really, well, if I might say, Western oriented culture here inside. If you see, and well, you see all the images in the meantime. But unfortunately, we cannot order from the Netherlands yet. It might take a while, as I can understand, because at this moment it's Ukraine is the market, right?
Yep.
And you think it's going to be like stay like that, or you go to other countries maybe in the future, or is not that wise to do?
We see potential not at the moment here in Ukraine. We still see potential here, and there are things to make better for our clients and to make more upgrades to make our website more friendly, more friendly for the clients. But I would like to stress on one thing, that our country is very famous for our IT people. And unfortunately, there is no any famous Ukrainian IT company in e-commerce in the world.
No, I don't know.
100 list. No. And it's like to have natural gas in you and to call Shell to give it away. So we want to become first Ukrainian company that will...
Okay, so Jeff Bezos and friends, you're warned. As you can see, it all happens here. No, I think it's a good aim to go that way. It's interesting. Well, as you know, we're here because of the referendum in the Netherlands about the agreement between the European Union and Ukraine, which is in fact already affected, but the Dutch people can re-vote it, pro or contra. Do you think it does affect any business for e-commerce companies in Ukraine? Will there change anything, like, for instance, it's easier to fly outside with visa or without visa, or the quality level or the specifications for products or something, or will it not directly affect
I think, first of all, of course, the ability to travel faster will influence the quality of our company's management, because, of course, Europe set up standards which we are trying to benchmark. And we learn from your books, we learn from your specialists. And when we could travel, the knowledge will be spread way quicker. And we want to follow, but we want to follow you quickly to become a same civilized country as you.
Well, it's quite civilized already. but it might happen that the prices will come up a bit when Ukraine is sort of leveling with European countries. It's not that good for everyone living in Ukraine. That some things might become more expensive?
It might become more expensive, but I cannot say about economical influence, because mostly now we are talking about politics and geopolitics generally. We would like to associate more with Western Europe rather than with Asia or and first of all goes political
that's the first
decision,
level
and then economy. I think we have enough young specialists who may develop strategy how to work with the prices and so I think first of all political decision.
Okay, well, we'll see. As you know, the agreement is about politics, economy, and military as well. So we'll see how it will work out. Thank you so much. But as you know, IT is key in e-commerce companies, so we're going to look for a CTO, okay? Let's see where he is. I think behind his server somewhere. We'll see. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, of course, technology is key in e-commerce companies, and next to me is a CTO. Please, first of all, do introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Alexander, and I work as a CTO for ModnaKasta for a bit over a year now. I'm 30 years old, and I lived for a year in Netherlands. So
can happen, eh? Where in the Netherlands, by the way?
In Groningen.
In Groningen, okay. And you were working on IT there as well, I think.
Yeah, I was working in Paylogic, which is a ticketing company, selling tickets for events like Sensation White and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, as a viewer, you know all the events and maybe you visit them as well. But now here in Ukraine, a large company in the meantime, running here as a CTO. What were the first challenges when you came in here? What did you find? What kind of company was running at that moment?
So the company, the IT department of the company was a bit in a flux state at that moment.
Because of its growth, I think, the entire company was growing rapidly.
And there were quite a bit of issues with support and ongoing operations.
Stuff,
and at first we focused on fixing all the stuff so that we can develop new features without breaking most of the time. And yeah, so far we succeed, which is good.
Yeah, okay.
We don't get as much support as we did. And after that, we focused on providing value to our customers, like fast returns of the money, and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe in the meantime, someone can switch on the screen because the data has been disappeared. Just at the moment, I want to talk about the data, how important data is for e-commerce companies, because it is key, of course, keeping track of what's actually happening, what the payloads are and the server, and especially what we earlier discussed on Black Friday is quite heavy for the servers and all IT systems. And
it was.
The numbers were already mentioned before in this video, but I think it's sort of tricky, running days and operations like that.
Yeah, it was tricky. Plus, we came up with some ideas how to survive that, right on the Friday.
Oh, actually on the day itself.
Yeah, so we had some unfortunate outages.
Yeah.
And I guess we will perform better this year.
You have to grow and learn all
For
day.
sure, it was my favorite Black Friday, and it was interesting. I guess we went home around midnight.
Yeah. It was a long Friday for you.
Yeah, it was a long Friday, but it was fun.
Yeah, I can imagine, and especially that's where you make the difference. Like, I think it's interesting that this company sort of brought Black Friday into Ukraine, because I noticed that it wasn't there actually before.
Yeah.
So it's all new.
Few companies tried to replicate because it was second year of us doing that, and but they weren't as.
Of course, you were more experienced than previous.
Our marketing knew what to do much better than theirs, so it was an interesting experience.
Yeah, and now for e-commerce, the key is of course online sales and etc. Do you already see the shift from fixed systems like desktops and laptops into a mobile system?
Yeah, so our mobile traffic. Our mobile traffic has grown. In percent of, mobile traffic share has grown like 3 times in the last year. We had maybe 15% of it traffic being mobile, and now it's closer to 40.
Yeah,
it's 41% this last week, I guess. So we predict that by end of this year we will have like 60-70% of traffic being mobile. So that's pretty important.
Yeah,
and it's pain because you have to support all this mobile, adaptive stuff, and weird browsers and mobile phones being different. So that's a pain.
Yeah, and I also think for the people buying the decision-making time, it must be shorter, so it must be super simple to use and reliable.
Yeah, and that's a pain as well.
Yeah, and you get the short products all on the tiny screen. But okay, it's a luxury problem, don't you think?
It is for sure.
Well, thank you much for your time, and we're going to show around in logistics and everywhere. But we know IT is key here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.